my best friend, who I happened to lose just due to some silly thing, and how traumatic and devastating it was for me. And through my life, I've had many best friends, and sometimes you lose them due to relocation, or they just have a different life now and they don't have time for you, whatever the reason. Hi, I'm author Karolyn Kearney, and I am so excited to share with you the release of my newest book called How to Win Back Your Bestie. It will be available on Amazon and online on Barnes& Noble coming up the end of May 2026. So I wanted to come on here and just give it a little shout out because again, I'm so excited for this one. The book is about a teenage girl. Her name is Luna. And unfortunately, Luna has lost her bestie due to a betrayal. You see, Luna did the unthinkable. She kissed her best friend's boyfriend. Now, Luna claims it was an accident. It was just totally a slip of the tongue. She didn't mean to do it. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't, but she did. And her best friend Riley found out. So naturally, Riley wants nothing to do with her now. And Luna is devastated. This was her best friend. Yeah, there was a kiss. It didn't mean anything. It was an accident. Besides, she didn't really know that Riley was really that much into the boy. So in any case, you can't blame Riley for wanting nothing to do with Luna, but Luna sets out to win her best friend back. She doesn't get very far, not until Luna's cousin from Hollywood named Oakley, who is a celebrity. He is a kid actor. He comes to stay with Luna's family because he's having some problems. But while he's there, he makes it his mission to help Luna win back her bestie. It's a fun book, and I wanted to share it with you, what it's about. Anyway, why did I write this book? I like to ask authors, why? Why did you write this particular book? I wrote it because having a best friend is so special and it's so important to people of any age. I think throughout our lives, we always seem to have friends that are just kind of a little bit of the best friend, the one you go to the most when you have problems or joys to share with. And I was thinking back to when I was 12, 13, 14 years old, and my best friend, who I happened to lose just due to some silly thing, and how traumatic and devastating it was for me. And through my life, I've had many best friends, and sometimes you lose them due to relocation, or they just have a different life now and they don't have time for you, whatever the reason. But anyway, I wanted to write a book about what would you do if you lost your best friend, and what would you do to get them back, and how would you succeed if you succeed. So I also want to mention my best friends. Love my best friends. And thankfully, distance has never been an issue with me and my friends. Even though I have moved far away from my best friends, I still talk to them regularly, see them when I'm around, keep in contact, and I truly appreciate them. Best friend number one is my friend Lori. Lori in Bellevue, Nebraska. She's always been incredibly supportive of me. I met her in high school many years ago. Throughout the years, we went our separate ways. Different things happened to us, kind of drifted apart for a while, reconnected. But she still remains one of my best friends, and love seeing her, talking to her as much as I can. Another best friend of mine is Teresa. Teresa in Omaha, Nebraska. I met her about 25, 26 years ago. And we have remained good friends since then. It's truly a blessing to have best friends. And then recently, in the last several years, best friend Marche and another best friend Heidi. And another best friend Lori. So I have two Lori besties. But yeah, I have a whole group of wonderful friends, and I'm so happy that they're part of my life and so supportive. So anyway, that's my little speech about best friends. They do truly make your life wonderful. Um, who published the book? The book's published by Lawley Publishing. Now, Lawley has been a great publisher, so supportive and so helpful and informative. They had published my very first book called Madison is Possibly, Probably, Positively Guilty a couple years ago, which is a middle grade book. And so they accepted this one as well. From start to finish, it took a while. When you go with a traditional publisher, it's not a quick process, which is fine. I'm in no hurry. Um, Took me 9 months to write this book. 9 months, not too bad, considering the very first book I wrote took me years. Seriously, years. But this one took 9 months. Started writing and pretty much went with it. Took a couple breaks along the way just because I got burned out or, had other obligations. But so it took me 9 months to write it. And then I took another couple months to do my own self-editing. And then Lolly picked it up and they assigned me a professional editor, which it's invaluable to have a professional editor. I can only do so much. My editor, Debbie, came along and together we got it as good as we could get it. She was extremely helpful, really tightened it up for me. So I truly appreciate her. And then the last question I like to ask authors, do you have a favorite character? Most people would expect me to say, yeah, my favorite character is Luna, the main character. No, not really. I love Luna. I love Riley. I love my characters, but my favorite character in this book is the cousin from Hollywood, Oakley. Oakley is my favorite character, and I'll tell you why. Oakley comes from Hollywood to stay with Luna's family because he's having some of his own problems, which will be discovered in the book. And he genuinely cares about his little cousin. He's 17 and he's a little older, a lot wiser, a lot more mature. But he comes to town, and when he finds out that Luna's lost her best friend and has not had any luck getting her back, he steps in with the plan to help Luna win back Riley. So I really like him. He's just a super genuine character. Anyway, so that's it, and I hope you look for the book. If you would like some more information about me and some of my other offerings, what other things I do, you can check out my website, which is authorkarolynkearney.com. Thanks for watching. This has been Right About Everything, where we've had honest conversations about courage, creativity, and the craft behind the pages. Whether you're an aspiring writer or a professional author, it's your time to write. So go ahead, write about everything.